Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Christmas spot in the Strong Style Fitness Sonia Christmas compound. So we have collected some of our favorite Christmas trees from around the house to share with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Just another fun way to spice up our workouts and to celebrate the holidays. So my lovely husband and producer goes to a lot of effort to make sure that we have something awesome to work out with. So really went above and beyond today, and it's kind of cool. I'm actually across from me that you can't see is our large turtle tank, and I'm seeing the reflection of all the shimmery lights in the turtle tank. It looks super cool. So guys, thanks so much for joining me. I don't want to take up a bunch of time because our workout on the clock today is timed and it is 59 minutes. So I don't want to take up too much time. We'll make this super quick and we will get started right away. So what you need today is your full weight selection. You may not use everything that you bring, but I do want you to have options because we are working full body, which means that you need all sorts of different weights. And you don't have to use weights for everything, like our leg set. Weights will be totally optional, but that's why I said full weight set, because usually when we work legs, you want to have a heavier weight. I will not be using weights with my leg portion today, but you are definitely welcome to, and we'll talk about that when we get there. So full weight selection, a little bit of wall space, which I don't have today, but that's okay. I will modify, and I will show you how to modify, so no big deal at all. Yoga mat, floor support, just something to make you comfortable in the floor. I don't have my normal mat with me today because those are really have been a problem when I have been working out in the house. So I'm not bringing them, but this should be perfectly comfortable for me. But if you are working out somewhere where you want some floor support, yoga mat is what you'll be looking for, flat blanket, something like that. So what we're doing today is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 workout. If you've worked out with me before, we've done these several times. We work for 5 minutes straight, take a break, 4 minutes, break, 3 minutes, break, 2 minutes, break, 1 minute, longer break, and then we work through it all again. So hence the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're doing full body plus some cardio today. So some of our segments, our 5-minute segment is going to be legs. Our 4-minute segment is going to be upper body. Our 3-minute segment is going to be cardio. Our 2-minute segment, we're going to go back to a little bit more upper body just to make sure we hit everything. And then our 1 minute is going to be a plank. That's our core. So there's also a little bit of core thrown in through some of our other exercises. So there's not a specific core set except for that plank, but the core is going to be just sort of interlaced, interwoven through our workout. So we've got full body cardio. Since we're doing the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's all going to be timed. So you're going to hear lots of timers today. 1 minute of work, 1 minute of work. So the 5 minutes will be 5 exercises, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So you're going to hear lots of timers to guide us through, which is kind of nice. We don't have to count reps. We're just going to work, move to the timer. Always modify if you need it. If there's anything that's not working for you today or doesn't work for you ever, please modify. I will do my best to remember to show you some modifications as we go. But if you have a question as you're working out and I'm not addressing the modification you need, or if you just have a question about how do I do this, shoot me a comment and I do check. I'll check at the end of each of our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. So I will check for comments and be happy to help you. And just the last couple things I always point out is to please share these workouts. Share, like, subscribe, leave reviews. Anything that you can do to help get this word out about what we're doing here at Strong Style Fitness is greatly appreciated. I think we have a great message. I think we're unique here. And where else can you find 70 plus live workouts that are now recorded and available for you after the fact that are just donation based? And so I think it's a pretty special thing to offer. And speaking of donations, if you do wish to donate any funds for these classes, Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me, at Strong Style Fit. I know I said that quickly. And that's where you can send any donations my way. It is the only payment I receive for these classes, so it is greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so I'm going to take just a quick break, check the video, make sure we're running, grab a sip of water, and then we will get started. Where we're going to start, I will go ahead and show you when I come back. I'll show you where our first exercise is going to be, and then we'll kind of flow after that. Just be patient. The first round, we're moving fast. There's not a lot of breaks. So I will have to demo the exercise as the timer's running. So just be sure that you don't spend a ton of time not moving, watching my instruction, and at least start moving. If I say it's a curtsy squat, you know what a squat is, so at least start doing some little squats until you figure out what the move is. And then after that first round, it's gonna flow super fast because you'll know what you're doing. All right, so I'm gonna check video, grab water, come back, show you our first exercise, and then we'll hit start on that timer. All right, everything is looking good, so we'll go ahead and get started. I know I'm talking super fast. I have some new followers this week, so if you are new, please know I don't always rattle quite this fast, just trying to get through it so our workout doesn't run super duper long. All right, so we're gonna start with a curtsy lunge squat combination. So what that looks like is we're going to step back into a curtsy lunge. So think I'm a pretty princess curtsying. So we're gonna step back into our curtsy. We're gonna drag it across into a squat. So you notice I'm not coming up fully and down. I'm coming up just enough to transition that leg over and over, okay? So that's where we're gonna start. We'll be there for a minute on one side only. Next exercise will be the same, just the other side. If you get tired, if you're new to working out and 1 minute is too long, go as long as you can. March in place till we get to the next exercise. All right, boom, let's do it. I'm gonna hit start. You won't hear a timer. That's the only time you won't hear a timer is when I hit start. So I'll just call it out. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's work. So we've got that curtsy lunge into the squat. So again, we're coming up just enough that we can transition that leg through and that we have some space to go lower. So we're not coming all the way to the top, but we also don't want to stay at our lowest and just transition our leg. So we're kind of meeting ourselves in the middle. It'll be intense work in this planted leg. If you happen to be new to working out, my little girl Rizzo's the dog that you see running back and forth here. She's our director. She keeps us on point, keeps the trains running on time. 10 seconds. I know that leg probably is on fire. Embrace it. Boom. So right to the next side. There's no break between exercises in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We just go right to it. So that's why I say the first round is a little tricky, just because you don't know what exercise is coming next, and you might have to learn what it is if it's something you've never done before. So if you wanted weights for this exercise, you could hold one here to your chest, like a bow tie, or you can even hold to a goblet. Totally your option. If you happen to be new, haven't worked out with me before, I have a lot of knee issues. They've actually been fabulous the past few months, which has been wonderful. But since it's gotten really cold, they're a little angry again. So I will not be using weights except for maybe the next exercise that we do. All right, sumo squat, right to it. I will use a weight for this one. So sumo squat, we go wide, 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 wide. Toes point at 10 and 2. Chest stays tall, tailbone tucks under. We squat down. So this is one when you first start doing them, as far as in an exercise session, we're usually pretty tight through here. So you might not get too low at first, but the more you work into it, the more you're going to stretch these muscles out, and you'll find yourself getting a little lower. I like to think here that I'm zipping up the back of my legs. Really have that sensation. Zoop. Feel it up to your booty. All right, so what we've got next is a little unique. It's called a lateral lunge shift. So we're gonna start to one side of our mat. We're gonna sink back into our hips, sink back. So not jet forward into our knees, sink back. We take our opposite leg, point it across. We slide across, pick up the foot. So we're sitting back into a deep chair, sliding across, picking it up. So if you're not able to pick up that foot when you get here, just drag it across and touch. Or the fuller version, we just slide it across and pick it up. Again, the depth is all about you and where you feel comfortable. Woo. All right, last minute of work here. 1 minute, wall sit. So if you have a wall, you're gonna put your back flat on the wall, sit tall, slide down into your deep squat. If you don't have a wall, like I don't have a wall today, we're just gonna sit back and hold. You wanna keep that chest as tall as you can. Tailbone rolled under. Show you from the side. So we don't wanna be butt sticking out deep behind us. We want down, like we're sitting in a chair. You wouldn't sit in a chair like that. Down, chest tall, weight to the back of those feet. Stand tall. And hold. We got 15 seconds. You're already almost there. We'll have a short break after this and we'll go into our 4-minute round, upper body. Bring it up. So we got a minute break here. Now the breaks will get shorter as the bursts of work get shorter. So this will be our longest break. Upper body is going to be combination exercises. You will need your weights for the upper body portion. The first exercise you will not need weights. The next 3 you will. The first will be standing to floor. So we're gonna do an inchworm with a shoulder tap. And then we're gonna do standing row and fly. I'm gonna come down to the floor, do a narrow chest press with a skull crusher, and then a bridge with a bench press. So we're doing combination exercises because we're trying to hit everything in our body. Plus we're still trying to get some cardio, right? So combination exercises lead to cardio, and combination exercises also let us hit all the body parts in a short amount of time. All right, we've got inchworms with shoulder taps coming up. So inchworm, we keep our legs straight, just a slight bend in our knee. We come down to the floor. We walk it out. You take as many steps as you need to walk it out. We end in plank. We shoulder tap. We shoulder tap. We walk it back. So a couple things here. You keep working. Just hear me. Inchworm, you don't want to be here. If your hamstrings are that tight, then that's where you are, but your goal is to keep your legs nice and straight. Your second stretch goal is to take as few steps as possible, but again, take as many as you need. And then when you get here, you want to shoulder tap with control. You don't want to fall over, and if you are, get to your plank, drop your knees, shoulder tap, lift, walk it back. So you have options. I'd always rather you modify and do it successfully than to flounder in a full version. All right, we've got a row with a fly combo. So we're gonna row, engage our core, sit back. We row elbows straight back, come down, bend our elbows, fly it back. Pull straight back, fly it back. Pull straight back, fly it back. We just did this combo pretty recently. So if you work out with me regularly, this probably feels pretty familiar. So we're working our lat muscles with our row. We're working our shoulders, deltoids with the fly. 15 seconds. From here, we're gonna come down to the floor. All right, bring it down to the floor. these weights have been in the garage. They are cold. All right, so we're gonna do a narrow press with a skull crusher. So narrow press, we hold our weights, we make 11s with our arms. We come straight down, up, and then drop back to work the triceps. Straight down, up, drop back to work the triceps. Just be careful with your skull crusher weight. Don't overdo it just because you're dangling weights over your face. You want to make sure it's a weight that you can control. So we've got a bench press, bridge. So let's set our weights up first. We want our weights over our shoulders. Our weights over our chest, our shoulders plugged down. If you're not sure if your weights are over your chest, drop your elbows down. Your weight should be right at that nipple line. Push up. So that's your bench. Now we're gonna hold a bridge. So feet in line with your hips, push up into your bridge, and you hold. So you're working those glutes, holding those hips up by squeezing those booty cheeks. You've got your core nice and engaged, and we're working our chest with the weights. So really keep check. Make sure that you're staying over your chest with those weights. We tend to let them start to fall forward over our neck, even over our face. Beautiful. Let your bridge down. That's your break. We've got 40 seconds as of me speaking that. 40 seconds. So we're going to our cardio portion. So go ahead and prepare. It's going to get sweaty if you're not already. I already am a little bit. So we're going to start with what's called a pump up squat. And then we're going to do a punch sequence. For those of you that don't know me, my background is in kickboxing, so that was kind of my first love in teaching is kickboxing. So we're going to do a little kickboxing punch sequence, and then we're going to do some cross body knees, which is also a nod to my kickboxing days. So should be fun. So pump up squat, I call it that because we're going to sit back to our lowest point and we're going to pump. 1, 2, 3, and on 3 we're going to explode up. So it's a 1, 2, 3, explode up. 1, 2, 3. Now just make sure if you're jumping that you're landing lightly. You don't hear all these Christmas trees rattling. You don't see the lights shaking, because I'm landing lightly. Now, if you're not going to jump, I'm not much of a jumper, I want you to just pump. 1, 2, 3. Come up to your tiptoes, reach up, bring it back down. 1, 2, 3. Reach up. 1, 2, 3. Reach up. So you got a couple options here. Almost there. All right, so for this minute, we're going to do 3 types of punches. We're going to start with a cross punch. Engage that core, bend those knees, chest up tall, shoulders down. We punch across our body. Punch. So we're rotating. We're light in our knees. We're rotating through our core. Perfect. So just make sure when you get extended, you're not fully extending because you're not hitting anything. So leave a little bend. Cross punches. Now we can also add an uppercut. Uppercut, imagine someone's in front of you. Look at their chin. You're going to come underneath, up, 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 up. Boom, boom. Working core here. Twist, twist. We'll learn one more next round, and then we'll move through all 3 as a sequence. All right, last one. Cross body knees. So we're going to load our weight. We're going to switch at 30 seconds. Load our weight here. Come across our body. I'm making a diagonal. We pull in like we're breaking sticks over our knee. 10 more seconds this side. Switch to the other. Make sure you're breathing. I do it loudly so you can hear me, and you remind yourself to do it too. Other side. As you got a bundle of sticks in your hands, you're breaking it, breaking it. If the cardio is getting too high for you, if it's too intense, bring your hands to your waist. It's the arms and legs moving together that really bump up that cardio. Almost there, 5 seconds. Boom. All right, shorter break, 30 seconds this time. We're gonna do a little more upper body. So we're gonna do bicep curls and upright row. Catch your breath. We've got 15 seconds. Woo! I'm ready for some water. That is for sure. All right, go ahead and grab your weights. Get yourself set up for those bicep curls. All right, bicep curl. I'll let you choose what variation you want to do. You can do a hammer curl, so that's with weights facing forward. You can do what I call a traditional bicep curl here, or you can do twisted, where you start facing forward, twist to the top. Your option. You can do it different each round if you want. I gave you 3 options. We're gonna do 3 rounds, so there you go. Just hitting the bicep muscles in different places is what it does by changing your grip like that. Ooh, the sweat is real now. Seconds. Perfect. Set those weights down. I'm going to grab a lighter pair. I said set those weights down because you'll probably need a lighter pair too. We're going to do an upright row. So a lot of you have probably seen upright rows where these elbows come way up here. No ma'am, no sir. We're going to roll those shoulders back, stand tall. We squeeze and just pull to about shoulder height. By bringing those elbows way up above your head or up to your head, you're just, to me, engaging traps and neck muscles, and that's not what we're trying to work here. So it's almost like an up and back, just a little bit. Almost there, guys. We've got just our 1 minute segment after this. All right, you get 30-second break, and then we've got 1 minute of plank. So 1 minute plank, guys, it can be a full plank, it can be a modified plank. You can alternate between the two. So you can start in full, hold it for as long as you can, even if that's only 5 seconds, then go to modified. That's what I encourage. Unless full plank is just absolutely not in your practice. But if it is, again, hold it for 3 seconds if that's all you got, and then go to modified. All right, so let's set it up. We've got big starfish hands. Roll those shoulders back and down, up to our toes. If you're modifying, I want you to come up to your toes, even if for a split second, and then drop your knees straight down. That's where you get your modification. Your modification isn't here. So we're driving back through those heels. We're strong over our hands right underneath our shoulders. Core engaged, up and in, not sucked in, just up and in. Engage them. We want our gaze slightly out ahead of our hands. We don't want to look down at our feet. We got 10 seconds, guys. Beautiful, bring it up. So we've got 2 minutes here. Catch our breath. You need to rethink your weight selection, reorganize your space, whatever it is you need to do. We've got 1 minute and 48 seconds now. So do what it is that you need to do. Now we know what we're doing, so we can get through this without a lot of struggle, without a lot of wasted time. We're gonna go 2 more rounds. Whew, it's a good one. Sweating like crazy. So guys, I'm gonna pop out of the frame just for a bit and I will be right back. Woo-wee. Man, I'm gonna grab another drink of water. Hi, Rue. Are you here to give me some notes in between rounds? Guys, I'm glad you're enjoying. I saw some of you say you love the trees, so thank you so much. This is our collection of little trees, and then we have 2 really big trees. This is our collection of little trees, plus some other little tree decorations that we have, and a little Rue. We got it all. All right, guys, we've got about 37 seconds. I see you. See, you're being so good. You're the best director. Thank you. Oh, I know, you're sweet. So we got 25 seconds, guys. Catch your breath. Get ready. We're going right into that leg segment. So we're starting over with that curtsy lunge, squat combination. 15 seconds. So get your mind right. Get yourself ready. We're gonna do this. 5 seconds. Here we go. Boom. All right, so remember, we step back into that curtsy, drag it across into the squat. Nice, sweet girl. She's our cheerleader, our director. A lot of burn. All the work is in that planted leg. Obviously, when you come over to squat, that leg's working too, but the pressure is in this planted leg. So make sure you're keeping yourself nice and tall. Man. All right, guys, so other side. Get ourselves set up. We step back into that curtsy. Bring it across to the squat. Hi. I love that you wiggle every time I get closer to you. Hi. Good job, guys. Whew, I know it gets intense. And like I said, if you're a beginner, and this is all very new to you, it gets too intense, you can back out. You can either lighten your load by coming up taller into your squat and curtsy, or you can end the round for yourself a little early if you need to. Now, if you're fully fit and regularly working out, don't quit. Don't quit. But if this is new and you are just blown up, that's the beauty of a timed workout, is that you can take a break. You can end at 45 seconds if you need to. Sumo squat, and just join us for the next exercise. It's one of the reasons why I like, and more I've been offering circuits, Tabatas, timed workouts versus rep-based workouts. Because if there's something you can't do in some of my rep-based workouts, I feel like you might get frustrated and stop because you're like, oh, that's a whole like 10 minutes, 15 minutes I can't do. Whereas in a circuit or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, even a pyramid, Tabata, it's all time. So if you need to take a break for 45 seconds, you can just jump right back in. Or if there's an exercise you can't do, we're only doing it for a minute. So you can just do something else for that minute. Perfect. All right, guys, we've got that lateral lunge shift. So remember, we're gonna sit back into our hips, deep into that chair, point a toe across, glide across, and you can drag and touch with not ever picking up that foot, or you can pick it up and pull it across. Your option. If you're feeling pain in your knees, one, you might just be going lower than you need to, or you're not sitting back and you're more over out in front of your toes. All right, guys, last segment, wall sit or squat hold. So if you're wall sitting, your back's gonna be flat on that wall, tailbone rolled under, legs out in front like you're sitting in a chair, but the wall is the back. If you're here with me, without the wall, you're gonna sit back, and that tailbone naturally wants to pop out, you're gonna roll it down and sit tall. Legs can be whatever distance you want. If you practice yoga, you might think of it as chair pose and be close. If not, you can be hip width, even a little further. Your option. Ooh, shaky, shaky, shaky. 15 seconds. After doing all that motion, it's always interesting to stop, right? Awesome. All right, we got a minute break. Let's catch your breath. It's a great time to grab some water if you need to. Just make sure that you're not chugging water in these short breaks, because it's just gonna likely make you feel like garbage. When you come back, you'll have all this like water kind of held up in here. And I say that as a water chugger, and I'm always told, don't do that way, take little sips. And they're right, usually if you drink too much, and then especially if you like come down to the floor, you're like, whoa. All right, guys, we've got 25 seconds. We're going into that upper body portion, 4 minutes. So we got the inchworm, the shoulder taps, the row, the fly, the narrow press, skull crusher, bridge with the bench. I'll show you the inchworm shoulder tap progressions again, just so you can have a good idea, especially as you do this the second time and the third time. You might need to modify those times, but maybe you didn't the first. So just remember, we want to keep straight legs, come down. The goal is to take as few steps as possible, but take as many as you need. And then we shoulder tap with control. If you're flopping from one side to the other in that shoulder tap, you can't keep yourself steady, then I want you to come down, walk it out, drop to your knees, shoulder tap, pick your knees up, walk it back. If you're close, you don't feel like you need to modify, but you're not quite steady, step your feet out just a little bit, give yourself a wider base, and then walk it back. So if the modification's too easy, that you're not quite there with the full version, that's a great way to meet yourself in the middle. All right, we've got our row with our fly. So also note, sometimes in combination exercises, you do have to maybe go a little lighter on one exercise than you would, just because the other exercise, you need a lighter weight. But trust me, by combining the two, you're still getting plenty of work. So right now with a row, I can do 15, and if we're doing single, I can do 20, and I'm doing 10 here, because I've got some shoulder things going on, so I don't want to go too heavy in my fly. Almost there. Got 10 seconds. All right, bring it down to the floor. Oh, you're gonna love that. You love when we bring it down to the floor. Thank you. All right, we're gonna set it back. Whew. We're gonna narrow fly, narrow press. We drop elbows straight down, up, and then bend at the elbows, squeeze it up. Hi, Rizzo. Oh, thank you for kisses. That's so nice. She's so supportive. Don't mind her scraggly ears. Something's got her skin all irritated. She is itching like crazy. So we've got to sort that out this weekend. All right, so we've got our bench press with the bridge. So got our weight set up over our chest, push up in our bridge. So we've got our feet hip width, booty, feet in close to our booty, but not uncomfortably so. We drive, squeeze those glutes to lift those hips. We engage that core to help, and then we press. So just make sure that your bench press doesn't get you distracted from your bridge and you start dropping your hips. Make sure you keep them nice and high. Perfect. Set those weights down and drop them to your chest. You can roll them over to the side if that's comfortable for you. All right, we've got 35 seconds. We're going back. Hi. Hi. Mwah. Thank you. Whew. We got our cardio round. 25 seconds. So we're starting with that pump up squat. So remember, pump up squat, you can jump or you can come to your tiptoes. Reach high up overhead. I'll show you both versions. And we've got the punch sequence. So we've got the cross and the uppercut we've learned. I'll teach you a hook this next round. And then we've got those cross-body knees. All right, so pump up squat. Remember, we sit back, we pump it. 1, 2, 3. Come down. If we're jumping, we jump and land lightly. 1, 2, 3. Again, you're not hearing, there's literally bells on some of these trees. I hear like one little bell. Or we come to tiptoes. 1, 2, 3. We still power up, load it up, but we just come to tiptoes and reach up. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So we're doing everything. I mean, pretend that you're exploding off the floor, that you're gonna jump up and touch the ceiling. You just don't leave the ground. 10 seconds. Woo! All right, we got punch sequence. So let's start learning the hook. So the hook, we've got the bend in our knees, shoulders down. We're gonna hook. Like we're literally sliding across a shelf. So think hitting someone to the side. Keep that core tight, engage. Take that back. Turn our hips. The power comes from our hips. Cross punch, cross punch. This is cross, cross, cross. Whew. Make sure you're breathing. Uppercut, underneath and up. Hips, hips. 5 seconds. All right, cross-body knees. So we come up, got this leg angled out, got a diagonal through here, break those sticks. Pull, engage that lower belly. We're getting core here too, along with our cardio. Switch sides. Woo! Don't lose your balance. I look down. Don't look down. Break those sticks. Boom, boom, boom. 10 seconds. Woo! 30-second break, guys. See, I feel like this round went so much faster. We're already at our 2 minutes and our 1 minute. So we've got 2 minutes, 1 minute bicep curls, 1 minute upright row, and then our 1 minute plank. And we'll be done with round 2 already. All right, pick up those weights for your bicep curls. All right, so we've got 3 options for grip. You've got the twisted here. You can also do hammer here or front facing. Your choice. I'm gonna stick with the twisted like I did the first round. I feel like I just rarely do those. Hey, Rue, you're a very attentive audience. Yes, you are. 10 seconds. Whew. All right, I'm gonna drop weights. What you do is up to you, but for most, this is generally a lighter weight exercise. Roll those shoulders back. Again, we pull them up and slightly back to engage backs of those shoulders into those lats. No elbows coming up high here. If that's in your practice and you love it and you feel like it works for you and does what it should, go ahead. I have yet to do it in a way that it felt safe or like it was really accomplishing what I wanted it to. Boom. All right, we got 30 seconds of rest. 1 minute plank. I'm grabbing myself a little drink. All right, so remember in your plank, guys, 15 seconds. I want you to, if it's in your practice to do full plank, even if it's for 5 seconds, I want you to do that, then go to your modification. If you can hold full plank, hold full plank. And the main point that I want to get at is that I want you to try for 1 minute. Even if it means that you have to stop for 10 seconds and then jump back in, that's okay too. I just don't want you to hold it for 5 seconds, feel like you can't anymore, and then stop for the whole minute. I want you to keep trying. Trying for a minute is a 1 minute plank. High, high push, high Rue. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you for the nose kisses. So we got wide fingers, pushing that floor away. Hi. Driving through the back of our heels, pushing the floor away. Getting kisses from our Rue. Oh my goodness, look at you. Come here. All right, guys, 2 minute break. We have finished round 2. Woo! The sweat is real. Oh, man. 2 minutes, minute 45 seconds. So again, make sure, take your water. Please drink your water. And also, make sure that you keep moving around a little bit. I don't think any of us are gonna get cold in 2 minutes after all this work we've done. But if you happen to notice that you are really cooling off, then I want you to do something a little more active. Like for most of us, this will be enough just to kind of keep us okay. But if you're like, oh, I'm back to room temperature, I want you to do some jogging or do something to keep that heart rate not high, but we don't want to bottom out either. All right, guys, we got 1 minute and 5 seconds. I'm gonna get some water, check on the video one more time, and I'll be right back. Yes, Caroline! Welcome to the dark side, or I guess the colorful side. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you guys are deciding to get more trees. And what a perfect time if you wait till after Christmas. These little guys are usually always hanging around. That's when I think we've got all but the red tree. The red tree was a gift, but I think all the others we got after Christmas for like $10, $5. So it makes it a more affordable problem to have. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like it. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I can see the reflection in our turtle tank over here, and it's just like making me so happy to see that reflection. All right, guys, so we've got 8 seconds. Back to the top, Kersey lunge squat. This is our last trip for you guys. Hang tough. You got it. You are strong. You can totally do it. So we sit back into our squat. We curtsy. Bring it across. Squat. Curtsy. This is also kind of nice. I never get to work out with a mirror, which I know we don't love to watch ourselves jingle jangle in a mirror. I know I don't, but it is so helpful to really be able to check your form, especially when you're working out alone. You know, I come from group fitness background, so I've always had a group fitness instructor to keep an eye. They can't watch everything you're doing every second, but they can make sure if you're doing something real crazy, they will see it. Or if you have a personal trainer, of course, they're watching everything you do. But if you just have workout at home and don't have anyone to watch you, a mirror is a great way to keep yourself in check. And I can actually see my reflection in the turtle tank. So I'm like, oh, okay. Good to check my form again. It's been a long time. All right, other side. Those that have worked out with me for a long time know form is my #1 focus. It should be everyone's #1 focus, but unfortunately it is not. So not being able to check my own, especially while I'm teaching you guys, is a challenge for me. So I go back and watch my videos some. I used to watch them all the way through, and there's just not enough time in the day for that. So I always go through, and when I'm picking out the thumbnail, the picture that shows on Facebook or on YouTube, I usually end up going frame by frame. So I get to sort of check my form that way. But oh, that's a very long-winded thing to say. If you can work out in front of a mirror to keep yourself in check, do it. Unfortunately, I don't have the advantage of being able to see you to help you correct it. All right, we got sumo squat. However, if you are looking in the mirror and you see something that you're like, Tracy looks like this, but I look like this, what's going on? You can definitely send me a picture, or we could work out something, like small feet. We could work together on Zoom, try to figure out something for you, what's going on. Especially once we get through the holidays, I hope to have more time, and I'd be happy to do consultations via Zoom. So again, we got our toes at 10 and 2, knees tracking the same direction as our toes. If you can't get there, if you find your knees are just always pointing forward, just means your adductors, your inner thighs are way too tight. You really need to work on some stretches. All right, we've got that lateral lunge shift. So now we sit back into our deep chair, step out. First option is to glide across, drag your toe across and touch down, or you can step out and lift it. Whoop. You also get some core in this exercise as well. So like I said, the core, while it's not its own section today, it is interwoven through a lot of our exercises. Notice I'm moving very fluid through this. It's all about control. There's a lot of strength in controlling your body. All right, 1 minute wall set. You know where to go. If you're with me, with no wall, we stand tall, feet hip width, a little bit wider, or if yoga's in your practice, you can even do feet together like chair pose. Sit back, make sure that your tailbone hasn't popped up, roll it down, chest tall, weight towards the back of those feet. You should be able to wiggle your toes. I don't want you to hold your toes up, but you should be able to lift them if you need to. Make sure you're breathing. You got 15 seconds. Last 10. Can you sink a little lower? Woo! All right, we got a minute break. Congrats if you took that 10 seconds to sink a little lower. It always feels more obtainable if you know you got a break coming right after, right? So that leg sequence, it's done. It's done. We're not revisiting that. So next we've got our upper body. Got that inchworm with the shoulder taps, the row, fly, the narrow press, skull crusher, bridge and bench. Whew. 25 seconds. I'm gonna grab myself a sip. I hope you guys can see all the fun things at the bottom too. All of our little Christmas dog toys, our little hedgehogs, this beautiful flower arrangement friends got me for my birthday. The Christmas tree flower arrangement. I mean, how perfect is that? All right. Everybody laughs at my Christmas tree habit, but they also support my Christmas tree habit. I just love it. It's something that I just always remember loving. As a kid, I just thought it was so cool when we get all the Christmas decorations out. And in hindsight, I mean, we didn't have a ton of them. We had a tree, and I remember we had some stuff we set out around the house. But I love sparkly stuff. I love festive stuff. I love lights. I love anything that makes normal days feel special, you know? And it's like when you plug in all those lights and the whole house is glowing and everything looks so beautiful, it just makes a normal day feel special. And right now, I think all of us are looking for some special, for some good. All right, row and fly. Yeah, right now, all of us are pretty desperate for special, good, lighthearted anything. So it's definitely helps, even in normal years when holidays are stressful. And I do love definitely brings joy to our friends that come over. I'm really looking forward to our really, really close friends. They have a little boy who this is like his first year being old enough to really understand what's going on, and we're gonna bring him over to check everything out. I think that's gonna be awesome. 15 seconds. All right, down to the floor. I know, it's your favorite. Down to the floor time. We've got that narrow press with the skull crusher. I hope you're already there. It's taking me a minute to get there. All right. Narrow press. Drop it back. bench press with a bridge. So our bridge, we get our feet nice and close to our booty, but not so close that we're uncomfortable. Line them up with our hips. Drive through those heels. Squeeze that booty. Engage that core. Set our bench press up over our chest. And we press. So just make sure you don't stay so focused on your bench that your hips start to drop. Keep them nice and high. Unload that weight. We have got our break before our cardio sequence. I know, Rue, cardio sequence. We're almost there. We are almost there, sweet pea. Yes. So we have 22 seconds. I'm gonna grab myself a quick sip of water. All right, so we've got cardio sequence, we've got our pump up squats, our punches, our crossbody knees. All right, I know, Rue, it's almost time. Pump up squats, so remember you've got your options to jump or to come up to your toes. 1, 2, 3, jump, land lightly, 2, 3, jump, land lightly, and land into the squat. So we don't jump, land, and then squat. We come up and land into the squat. Or if we're modifying, just come up tall on those toes, reach for the sky, bring it back. So everything but the jump if you're modifying. Power up like you're gonna jump, like you're gonna shoot yourself through the ceiling. Just come up to your toe. 2, 3, boom. All right, punch sequence. So remember, we've got the 3 cross punches. If one you just don't feel like you're getting, or you don't understand, or it's causing you any pain, just skip it. Stay with one that does feel good. All right, hooks, slide it across. Just make sure you're keeping that shoulder down. You don't want to come up like this. I think that's what we see in movies a lot. So we feel like we need to uppercut underneath the chin. Your core engaged. Use those hips. Power. Think about how much more power you have in your hips and your legs than you do in your arms. That's where a lot of the power of a punch comes from. All right, crossbody knees. So we turn this foot out, line it up, diagonal, break those sticks. All of our weight should be in this leg, so it shouldn't be a rock back. There should be no pressure in that back toe. And again, if the cardio is getting too intense, let's bring hands to your hips. Roost. All right, other side. A lot of oblique work here too. It's that core. It's interwoven through our exercises. Woo! All right, we're in the home stretch. We got 2 minutes, 1 minute. Bicep curl, upright row, and our plank. And we will be done. 10 seconds, guys. Let's go ahead and grab those weights. All right. So we got lots of options in your bicep curl. You can twist. You can hammer. Or you can be here, whichever place you want to be, or you can alternate through all of them if you want. Get crazy. If at any points the weight gets a little too heavy, you can alternate. That usually helps. Especially if you're like in the home stretch. You're like, I don't want to drop the weights. I'm so close. Just alternate for a bit. We're under 10 seconds. All right, we got upright row. Or, you know what? I tend to call these high pulls instead. So again, I'm probably gonna see a sweaty back. Sorry. Almost like an up and a slightly back. I'm engaging the back of those shoulders. 10 seconds. Almost there. All right, guys, we got 30-second break, 1 minute plank, and we are done. Oh, my itchy girl, you're scratching so much. All right, I'm gonna grab myself another sip. We got 15 seconds. All right, guys, so remember, 1 minute plank means you tried for 1 minute. If you have to go to modified, if you have to come out completely for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, that's fine. Keep giving it your all for 1 minute. So we've got wide starfish fingers, shoulders back and down. Push that floor away. Gaze is slightly out in front of the hands. Core engaged, lower belly, up and in. And we're driving back through those heels. Keep breathing. Stay steady. You're gonna drop to your knees, drop to your knees. You need to come out completely. Come out completely, but come back as soon as you can. We are under 10 seconds, friends. Hey. Yes. Thank you, Rue. Thank you for kisses. Guys, we did it. We have completed 3 rounds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was a solid 59 minutes of work on that timer, breaks included, but 59 minutes of work. Full body, we hit all the major muscle groups. We got our cardio in, we got stability work in. It was an awesome, if I do say so myself, an awesomely well-rounded workout. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. We do have one more workout before Christmas. I will be here on Tuesday, and we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna do a circuit, a holiday circuit. So each exercise is gonna spell out H-O-L-I-D-A-Y. So we're gonna do a holiday circuit. Again, just wanting to move with time to get us done quickly. I know that close to Christmas, we are busy, we are hectic, we're getting pulled 1,000 directions. So I wanted something we could do quick, get done in about 45 minutes of work, hit a bunch of body parts, move on with our lives, right? And get back to the holidays. So I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and I will not be doing a class the Saturday after Christmas. So Tuesdays when I'll see you, and then I won't see you again until the following Tuesday. So just kind of mark your calendars there. And again, I thank you for joining me. Please share these workouts, share what you're doing. Tell your friends and family when you see whoever you see for the holidays, hopefully a small group, be safe, that you tell them when they say you look amazing. Tell them Strong Style Fit is why you look so amazing. And share, subscribe. Let's get more people joining us for these great workouts. And lastly, if you wish to donate any funds for these workouts, it is the only payment I receive. It is greatly appreciated. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Guys, look forward to seeing you Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Mwah. Look at the timers counting down.